think we're good. I'm back. We're back. Had a big headache. Sometimes I have to restart my entire computer when my OBS crashes. So I'm going to keep my OBS kind of on screen. Also, huge shout out to White Knight. Thank you for the raid. Your timing was impeccable. I was struggling. But I'm back. And quite literally while all that happened, I was like about to F8.
Dispatch 111 gonna be 1042. Good night. How we going, bud? Thank you, Richard.
So I could turn off my computer and restart it. And I heard that there's another code black, and I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I remembered, oh, I'm not the only detective. And I just, like, almost cried.
45120, did you talk to 100 while you're there?
Yeah, I'm talking to Raymond. Apparently his cruiser was stolen.
No, alright. Oh, is that what we're running with?
Yeah, I just had to restart everything just so I could have a fresh slate, because I think my computer was just like, no thank you.
+1, show us code 4 off that last carjacking in La Puerta. You have to get a guess. 100 dispatch, show us code 4 on the code black. Show me back 10-8.
105.
From 142 direct.
Go for what's yours.
Could you please switch to TAC 2 for 1 minute?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. I will say MedRP was my, I actually did MedRP for a long time. And it's my favorite thing. It's like, I hold it near and dear to my heart, so I definitely don't want anybody to feel like I don't listen, or I'm not like down to do MedRP. Ellie quite literally had brain damage after the riot. She had to have a plate put in her head, and that RP was a lot of fun to do. So it's good. It's really good. Alright, so
142 back on 1.
quickly do this. Put more food and water in my stomach. 105 is back on radio. E what I'm now going to do is I'm going to show you guys this. We're going to read it. Yay. Yay. All right. Let's do it. All right. Let's vibe. Let me turn on my music again. I need it. All right. Nebula undercover operation. Read this. There's some things I'm chill with showing because it's like this kind of stuff is what I think will be really interesting for people to see. Also, he's put so much effort into this. I'm like such a proud mom. I will cry. I have a feeling I'm gonna cry while I read this. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. All right. The DA or ADA. I actually need to remove that. I just realized we don't have an ADA. Fuck. And also some undercover operations I feel like the Chief Justice does not need to know about. Especially this one. Because he's conflicted. Anyway. The kind of crimes LSPD is giving high priority to... The kinds of crimes LSPD is giving high priority today. I think priority to today. Narcotics, homicide, transport of weapons, and other high-tier violations often require undercover work. They are so-called consensual crimes. There is a willing participant on either side, so it is difficult to come up with someone willing to be a material witness to the crime. Undercover operations, usually coupled with a cooperating witness or an informant, permit us to get inside a criminal apparatus and stay there long enough to find out how it works and who the players are. Undercover work is an exceedingly cost-effective method of getting at problems that could not be solved in any other way. To avoid the entrapment of innocent persons caught up in undercover operations, the guidelines of this operation require that any undercover activities that involve an inducement to engage in crime be authorized only upon a finding that the illegal nature of the activity is reasonably clear to potential subjects. The nature of the inducement is justifiable given the character of the illegal transaction. There is a reasonable expectation that offering the inducement will reveal illegal activity, and there is either a reasonable indication that the subject is engaging, has engaged, or is likely to engage. They did a lot of words. Did a lot of words. Or the opportunity for illegal activity has been structured so that there is reason to believe that any persons drawn to the opportunity or brought to it are predisposed to engage in the contemplated illegal conduct. It's a lot of words. All right. What is the end goal? What the end goal is. What/who are you looking for? I, Detective Jules Carlson, believe the end goal of the operation is to hinder the ability of new, more lethal drugs entering the city and streets of Los Santos via Nebula nightclub. We are looking for a volley of lethal drugs that have been reported to be distributed through the nightclub, including LSD, heroin, and cocaine. A detailed plan for what you intend to do. Do you intend to involve yourself as an operative in a gang or pursue access to a facility? Be detailed with this. To preface, this operation is to take place around 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PST on Saturday, March 16th. I, Detective Jules Carlson, will be entering the nightclub at the time in plain clothes under a persona, which will be explained further in proper section. Chief Police Maxim Delgado will also be present inside the club in full uniform and gear. A safe word will be mentioned to all units on duty in the briefing in case Carlson or Delgado may end up in a vulnerable position that could cause unintended harm to the officers to the officers to civilian lives. The operation will start with Jules, maximum immediate police department. From there, Delgado will take the required duty items in a duffel bag from Carlson, including his service weapon, handcuffs, badge, radio, camera, and flashlight. Once all government-provided items are off of Carlson, he will make his way to the nightclub under this persona. After successfully entered Nebula, Chief Delgado with both his and two Carlson items. Once both units are inside the club, the hardest part of the operation comes. While inside the club, both officers will be concealing their communications with each other via phone call in order to meet inside the club, preferably in a densely populated part of the club, where a large crowd is formed. Once the two officers are shoulder to shoulder inside the club, dancing or concealing their movement and contact with each other, Delgado will reach to his duty belt and swiftly pass Carson his required items, including the service whistle, handcuffs, badge, and radio. After this, Carlson and Delgado will part ways, and Carlson will begin to make his way towards the bathroom, where the majority of drug use is reported to take place inside Nebula. The goal for Carlson here is simple: act convincingly enough to make his way to the bathroom and purchase or acquire test samples from the distributors of these drugs. This part is probably the most strict and least written out because it is left up to improv and judging the situation and acting accordingly rather than written procedures. While approaching the final moments of the undercover portion, the goal is to simply acquire some of the drugs that have been circulating the club in the bathroom and to communicate to the rest of the units in a safe way to move in, whether it be via radio, phone, or 911 call. Once other units begin to arrive at the club, Carlson will make his presence known as law enforcement officer, and the man who we are hoping to be there, Reggie, and any other accomplices be taken and detained. I'll be under the name John Densmore. The plan for this character is to be an old-timer from out of the country. Sandy Shores, the country or county? Coming to this party for a new experience in the city. He will have a deep country accent, be wearing some clothes that resemble more 70s attire. Desmore grew up around Montana, working on a ranch before moving to Sandy Shores in San Andreas. Desmore would have been born on April 4th, 1949, after living in Sandy Shores for quite a while and slowly falling into poverty. He fell into a pattern of using drugs, which would be his lead to the bathroom. I chose a man from the country for two reasons: because it's the easiest and most convincing voice for me to put on, and second, all sorts of people attend these parties, and being someone who is not young and not from the city may help avoid unwanted attention. Essentially, the plan is for people to think nobody wants to talk to this old guy. An expected timeline. How long is this operation going to be? The goal of this operation is to be swift and clear with the execution. Around 3 p.m. AST on the same Saturday, a briefing will take place with all units who are able to be on duty for this operation. This briefing will go over the outline of the operation and what it intends to accomplish. This briefing will go over where units are to be staged and the plan while Carson is inside the club. It will go over all the units' positions, including Delgado and Carlson's. Proper radio etiquette during the operation will be clear and announced to all units partaking. The safe word will also be given out. Once the briefing concludes, the units will begin to move out and stage around 3:30 to 45. At this point, the undercover portion is underway. The goal for the operation is to not have Carlson and Delgado inside the club for more than an hour. With that being said, the strict deadline I'm aiming for this operation to conclude is 4:30. What would bring the operation to an end? The main factor is officer and civilian safety. If at any point any officer or civilian lives are threatened due to the operation, will immediately be called off and all units will be made aware. If all goes well, the main factor that would bring this operation to a close would be officers acquiring the narcotics mentioned through cooperators, including meth, LSD, cocaine, and or cocaine. Where officers will be staged: officer patrol car staging locations, any extra officers, extra units. So we have a few up here. One officer here, an officer over here, here. This is the club. A few extra officers over here. Okay. The signatures. Now, this, we are probably not going to want to inform Fontaine about this. At this time, Ellie does not have any reason to trust Fontaine and to believe that he will actually not tell his quote-unquote daughter about an operation happening at her club, because this is her club and we have reason to believe she is fully aware of the drug dealing that is happening within her club. We believe
145 dispatch.
she
Who was 173?
is either working with or is very much aware
Did I hear a
of
call of 173 coming on duty?
who is basically going to be there. So yeah, we're going to nip that in the bud real fucking quick. But I do like his plan. I'm gonna ask him
505. I believe I heard that. Yes, sir.
where he
I'm
wants
not seeing listed as 173. Can you have
Ellie.
them update the roster?
If he wants her involvement or her to even be there or inside the club as a second pair of eyes, because she can very easily like put on like a British accent or some sort of
142 to 173. Were you
not a great
previously
accent.
518?
Okay.
10-4.
10-4. Can you ask someone in command to please update the roster to show you as 173?
173.
173 command.
I don't think you.
At their convenience.
Is that also why I can only pull out the merit? I was able to pull out a Vic earlier.
Talking about Kira Murphy. Because there's no 173. Yeah, I think it's Kara Murphy. NA active.
120. I have Dr. Sylvia Lipschitz here telling me there's uranium glass outside the PD. A little green tint. You know anything about that? Apparently radioactive.
Well, I'm not going back to PD for a moment.
Okay, let me just... I'm gonna go upstairs and make sure that Kira has the proper promotion.
505 plus 176 to VP for resupply. Well, careful of the green tint, whatever, and aliens.
Yes.
10-9? You heard me.
You heard me.
On code 3.
545 plus 1.
Hello?
Was, en route to that car
Hey,
tracking.
you busy?
No, I mean, I just finished working on a few things. What can I help with?
Well, I have a certain somebody here that I would like for you to talk to and explain to him exactly what the PD is looking for as far as gun stuff is concerned. So he could write it into his business proposal.
Okay. Is that a Coulter?
It is.
Okay.
Also,
okay.
I need some other stuff, but we could talk about that after.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay.
I mean, I will say, Chief Justice was kind of busting my balls about being on board with Coulter and approving it. I guess we'll just have to straight up ask Coulter if he's a prospect with AOD, because at that point, I would basically rescind my approval if he is.
Okay. Yeah, because we were chatting about it earlier to work on the legislation. Because I was like, hey, this is going through.
Radioactive
We got to work on
material
this
and
stuff.
aliens.
Yeah,
Maybe Chief Judge was just trying to get out of paperwork. That's what he's doing.
yeah, and like here's the thing, like I don't want to turn somebody down for things, right?
Yeah.
It's
Pepper's Spot
frustrating
going
because
with
I
Blue.
want them to. I don't want everybody who's like associated or even a member, because just because they're a member doesn't mean they're necessarily doing illegal things, but it is a 1% MC, so
Sure.
but yeah, if he is officially a prospect, then I would have to rescind it because it's just gonna send the wrong message to people.
Okay. Well, why don't you come have a chat and we can go from there.
Okay, yeah.
We're at the courthouse.
Okay, I will be there shortly.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Doing where's Elgato's number? 3249165. Super confused.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, I just wanted to confirm, is Kara Murphy promoted to an officer?
I don't. You would have to check the chain of command email thread. I'm not sure.
Okay, because I'm really confused because I think she's on duty, right? I think she is, and she was saying a different call sign, so I don't know what happened there. I mean, I'm gonna go back through and see if in the FTO folders she was promoted, but I'm sitting here, she's still listed as a recruit in the computer system, and she's using a different call sign, so I don't know what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay. No, yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I'm up here at the oil filters right now with a couple of the EMS guys are showing me where they found Victor's body, and I'm gonna take some pictures.
Wait. Wait, what?
There's a guy that. Are you aware of the code blacks that happened today?
I mean, the first one, yeah, and I heard about the second one right before I had
so
to.
The second one is Zeb, the guy we found the other night.
What?
Yeah, he code blacked in the ICU from brain hemorrhaging.
Fuck. Wait,
And so they're showing me where there's this guy. Are you near a bulletin board?
No, I'm not.
There's this guy that they pointed out on the bulletin board. It's a picture of him, and it says bald. What was it? Bald boy what?
Bald boy Victor. I think somebody shared that with me.
Yeah. So it said bald boy Victor, and it said he got kicked out of the South Side. But was he code black too, guys? Was he found dead as well?
Wait, what?
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So he was patched up, and then we came across him in something last night, and he got his knee broken with a baton. So Victor's not dead, but they're showing me where they found. Is this where you found Zeb? Or Victor? Oh, this is where you found Victor. It was right here. Okay.
Yeah, because we found Zeb, and he was put in the ICU, and then
Okay.
Shit, is it the same spot?
So was the code black found here as well? The one from today?
We also need a Geiger meter.
It's like another. Okay.
Whatever it is to measure radioactivity. Do we have any of those in the PD?
Okay. So, and it was the same exact spot as right here.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, so they're dumping the bodies in the oil fields. See, they're checking the medical reports, but these two code blacks came back to here, and so did Victor. Victor was they found him here as well.
Wait, but the first code black was not in the oil fields. It was in.
No, yeah, it was on Sustancia Road, just to the north of it. But the other two within the past 24 hours were found here.
Okay, hold on, I'm confused.
So Zeb's code black was found north of here. the first code black that's in autopsy right now was found here, and so is Victor, the guy who's still alive, was also found here in the same area.
Okay, the guy who's in the autopsy that was found in the windmill.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Are you? So
Is there another code black that we don't know about?
So with the guy that's in the autopsy right now, was he the one that was found at the windmill?
They probably did it after they stole it.
Ocean?
Yeah, we don't have keys to this. If you want us to impound it after we search it, we will. Unless you bring keys.
Okay. Well, how many people were found here in the oil fields?
I'll have to get a different one up.
Zeb wasn't found here. He was found north on Sustantia Road because we found him. Okay. So as of right now, they're checking their files. They're checking their MDT, and I'm here where they found Victor today or yesterday, something like that. But I'm going to take a picture of it so we know where it's at.
Okay.
But they took me right to where they found it.
All right, so Victor was okay. Did he have any sort of note on him?
I can ask them. I don't think. Do they search people when they're like that?
No, but I mean, I don't think anybody would leave a note. I still think that that note is going to be super important now because that's
Dispatch
fuck. Okay.
Y'all have a good night and be safe.
I'll have to, I guess, start looking
you
at
start the-
this. Fuck. Okay. Okay. There's literally been 2 code blacks just in the past like 4 hours. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know.
And okay, so at least this code black was not. He wasn't found outside, right? He was in the ICU.
Yeah, Zeb has been in the ICU since we found him.
Okay, and so he code blacked in the ICU. And
Correct.
then this Victor guy was possibly found in a similar area. And then
Yes.
the other guy that was earlier today is a possible blooding out from a biker gang, so it's not associated.
Okay.
But it's still a lot of investigating to be done there, but okay, I guess we'll have to start looking into everything regarding Zeb.
Yep. You remember where we found the barrels?
Yeah.
It's literally straight past those barrels in that little open hangar that's on the left. I'll take a picture of it, but you'll see exactly where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I have to go have a meeting with Chambers and I guess a few other people, but I don't know if I can even leave PD because of this radioactive shit. Like, who the fuck dumped that shit outside of PD?
Somebody dumps radioactive stuff outside of PD?
Apparently, there's like radioactive material or something. I don't know. That's what somebody said.
Hold
I'm
on a
like,
second.
what?
Hold on, I'll call you right back. Bye.
Okay, bye. Hold on, I'm gonna look through this real quick. What am I looking for? $11. Oh my god, I guessed that right. That's so great. Turbo.
145 plus or to 142.
I never 142.
You want to be the rabbit? Get yourself a vehicle. Have your cadet and then mine chase you.
Oh, CT, I can join you
God.
guys if you want.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, we're just a bit caught up here with the radioactive uranium glass here at the PD, but yeah, I can.
I mean, mean, so if you're busy, we'll, you know, it's fine. We're just looking for something to do while we got time. I don't want to get in the way of your police work. I'm just saying.
Okay, what am I doing?
Yeah, so at this turnout we have radioactive glass.
Okay, sorry. I thought I heard someone jump on a fence right by me, and it was one of the EMFs. I pulled my fucking gun out on him.
Oh my god.
But so yeah, I just took pictures. You can check the evidence folder, and they'll show up there of where it was at.
Okay. Gotcha.
What's
Okay.
your 20?
There's radioactive glass at PD.
I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute.
Alright, I don't know if I can leave. I need to go down to talk to Chambers, and I don't know if I can go
Can
anywhere.
you go out the basement garage that faces the other side of the building?
That I'll try to do that, yeah.
100? Are you on?
All right, I'm heading back there right now.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye. Alright.
142 to 100.
What happened?
Apparently it's relatively light on radiation. Maybe it's not as life-threatening as we thought, but, you know, it could get worse. Maybe we just leave it for a few days, see who drops first.
What? What? Where's my Stanier? Gib.
I think Dr. Sylvia Lipschitz might be lying to us here. I don't know what she's telling the EMS. She said it was like life-threatening, but I don't think it's life.
Okay. I can't drive. Also, I can't stand how this car like revs and before actually moving. Like, stop. Can you please? It's the only thing that I don't like about it. Is it just me? It might just be me, I don't know. I feel like I'm complaining about cars a lot just because I can't drive. And I feel like I have to complain about something. Anyways. Oh, seatbelt on. I almost died. I almost died. I almost died. Wow. Anyways, getting so tired, dude. Like, I'm ridiculously exhausted. Oh my god. Okay. 105-23 at the courthouse.
Careful of radioactive poison.
Oh Jesus.
It's out the PD. You might have been infected.
Yeah,
Infectimated.
there's some heavy we don't know what's going on really. We're waiting for a diagnosis on this, but there's some radioactivity at the peak.
Apparently somewhere between a nuclear bomb and a banana. No one knows.
I think that's the best damn decision
Hello.
you can ever make. Hey,
Hey,
Hello.
look at this handsome gentleman in his burger shot sweater.
It's a good sweater.
It is a good sweater.
it's comfy. Thank
And
you.
I'm not biased because I currently hold the keys of burger shot.
I mean, you know, it's okay to be a little biased.
Tiny biased. I really hope Sandy comes through soon. She's buying it, so I'm excited for her.
Just
Sure.
want to say thank you for coming down.
We were having
Hi,
an
Mommy.
illuminating conversation.
Oh.
One that I'm
That's
so
good.
happy about.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
just some stuff I have to think about.
Yeah. Really good stuff. But I don't want to waste your time with that currently. So why don't you explain to Coulter exactly what the PD's looking for whatchamacallit, anything to do with gun modification and things of that nature. He wants to put it all in his business plan to make sure that
Okay.
he crosses all the T's and dots all the I's to make sure he's 100% on it.
Okay. I know Delgado had put some things together as far as the requirements for modifications. So things like, I can't remember exactly, I'll have to look through my notes, but I remember some of them being that we would actually get a photo of the gun with the modifications so we know what it looks like, know what kind of modifications were done. I think there are certain modifications that just really were not going to be very big on, like, I mean, silencers or things like that. I think there might be might be a little bit more dicey, but I'll have to double check on that. But things like making sure that they have a weapons license to begin with, and then that they register that gun appropriately with the types of modifications, why they're getting the modifications, that sort of thing. I guess it would kind of be like a form of sorts that you would kind of go through and check off, and then obviously be able to give us the information about what the gun looks like and everything like that. Obviously, they'd still have to follow the guidelines of criminally negligent, like basically ownership of a firearm, that if that gun is stolen, their first priority is reporting it stolen. That way they don't end up catching that charge or being an accomplice or basically losing their weapons license altogether, which would therefore mean they cannot hold a modified weapon. So it's definitely going to be very much under scrutiny, and you also have to be able to tell them that if they intend to use that weapon for like if self-defense comes up, or they just want to, you know, make it snazzy, self-defense is still, you have to be able to understand it inside and out, that if you have the opportunity to walk away, you don't escalate, you're not, even though you have a pretty weapon or some really cool modifications, that doesn't mean that you should lean towards using it. Always the first goal is personal safety and not escalating, so being able to kind of be, I mean, we're gonna obviously preach that at PD, but also making sure that you're also preaching that and being an advocate and representing that yourself with any firearm you own is going to be huge. Also, obviously, your own involvement and keeping your record pretty much spotless is going to be a requirement.
Say again, your last.
I know there's a lot
minor
of
infractions, like small traffic violations.
yeah, traffic stuff is one thing. You know, you have a parking ticket. We're not going to care, right? It's stuff like violent felonies where you have stabbed someone or shot at someone or robbed a bank or stolen a car. Those kind of things are it'll definitely lead to a lot of issues and shutting down the business altogether. I know there are a lot of people with concerns about this particular business being run, and I think I brought it up with you that also your associations, your family involvement is also a concern for people, and I hate that because I know it's not fair to have that scrutiny, but it is definitely something you have to keep in mind. I personally really want to see it not be a reason that your business is denied. I don't like I really don't like that. I would prefer you have your associations, but you have your own morals and you stand as your own individual, but you have to kind of be aware of how some people are probably going to look at it and be able to basically prove them all wrong. Whether that is providing the audit to Mr. Chambers here and any, I guess, inspections that PD wants to do. Just being really open and willing to work with us. We're not trying to shut you down. We just want to make sure that everything is going to be safe for the public. I think that'll make a lot of people feel a lot less anxious.
Yeah, definitely.
These people, would like to talk face to face with me?
Well, you never know. It's possible. You know, but I think that other step that we were just chatting about also might go a very long way.
Yeah, it's something I'm working on.
Yeah. But you never know. You know, these people might want to chat. Some of these people just like the bitch and, you know, then send us to go do the dirty work. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's one thing where it's like they bring concerns to you and it's just like, all right, have you talked to anybody? Why are you bringing it to me? Like, I'm sharing my opinion, my feedback, and I mean, I don't want to turn down businesses, and I think the fact that you're willing to put in so much work to write things up and do things by the book says a lot. So I'm still for it. I have to continue to hammer it in that there are going to be people that suspect the worst, and unfortunately people just really want things to go poorly, unfortunately.
No, I know.
Sometimes, yeah.
Can I tell you why I'm kind of at where I'm at?
Yeah.
So this all kind of goes back to Malenko.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of friends. I just talked to Des and Beam. After we left Burgershot and went to Up and Down, things happened the way they happened. In such a short time, and all the way up to now, no one else gave me shelter, comfort, safety, and sanctuary like they did.
Sure.
When I felt like I was, I don't know, at my lowest of lows, and just from a human to human standpoint, those are some of the sweetest people that even just gave me anything. Just their time, the way they took me in, they mentored me,
Right.
made sure I was safe. I have a great deal of love and admiration for a lot of them. I know no one's perfect, but I don't know.
Well, listen, that's why I said, man, we don't judge people by the ones we love and our friends, because if so, God help me, my best friend's Sig, and he's a fucking moron. So, you can have your friends and you can have your family, and that's not a big deal, man. It's when you take that next step, that's when it becomes a little bit more troublesome. You know what I mean? That's when things have to become scrutinized. But if not to say if, but they're your friends and your family, they'll understand that you want to spread your wings and fly. And if you found something that's going to make you happy, then they should be happy for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they a big concern on a PD side of things is that they would pressure you into giving them these special deals, or I mean, I'll be honest with you, probably most of them will not be able to carry a weapon to begin with. So being able to, if we find them with a modified gun, obviously that's a huge issue. So we don't want to see them, hopefully, well, I say this, if they want to see you spread your wings and fly, they won't pressure you to do this to begin with, or to give them anything to begin with. They'll understand that you have to do things a certain way, and that in order to keep your business up and running, they cannot interfere, and they'll be supportive. So that's what I'm hoping that they will do. I do think that most of them, from what I've seen, they might be a little rough around the edges, but I think when it comes to family, they are more willing to listen and understand. So I'm hoping that they will do that for you. If they don't, there are people that are willing to back you up and help you in that situation too.
Yeah. And I listen, man. I have no doubt that they're kind-hearted people, though their methods are quite peculiar. I think if you go the route that you just talked to me about, and if they're fine with that, and you can continue on your merry way, it's going to help alleviate a lot of stress off people that are worried about this. It's going to show that you are in good stead and you want to ensure that this is going to be an honest business, and your family's still going to be happy for you. If this person doesn't stop calling me, I swear I'm throwing my phone away. Not answering it. Get the message. Seriously, man, I'm telling you, I promise you, it is the best decision you can make for yourself. You're gonna have an awesome business, and you're gonna have a lot of business. I mean, shit, I'll probably get my gun engraved. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll have you put tax collector on the side of it.
I'm gonna have to see if hell, maybe we'll make a deal with PD that you want to get your personal service weapon engraved. That would be nice.
That'd be huge. That'd be huge.
So there's stuff like that where it's like you can definitely have a lot of really cool business deals, and obviously like just following everything by the book.
Not to mention he wants to train people too. I mean, shit, God knows the PD could use it.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, my own business that I'm working on, I'd love to have
the security company.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna need that assistant too. So don't. It's gonna be worth it, as long as you are. Don't get discouraged by the requirements or the criticism. It is gonna be there regardless. I try to tell everybody when it comes to this particular business, it honestly would not matter who you're associated with people are going to worry that there is something nefarious.
Exactly.
But if you are determined and you are willing to prove them wrong, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I said, I mean, if they want to ever schedule and sit down with me and I can talk to them, I'm gonna have this proposal written up. I had it written up and lost it.
That's fine. Listen, I'm gonna keep going forward with this. If you can do what you told me you were thinking about doing, it would give me all the ammunition in the world to push this forward, man. I'm telling you right now. I mean, no one would be able to argue at that point. I could point to it and say, look what he did for this. And nobody could say shit. I promise you that.
Yeah, I just
You ain't letting nobody down, man. So what, man? You're just gonna dress a little different. Who gives a shit? I listen. I get it. I know that it's a big deal and stuff like that. I just, but you know what I'm saying. If they're your family and your friends and they want to see you happy and successful, they're gonna understand. They ain't gonna give a fuck what you're wearing.
yeah.
You'll be family no matter what. And
Yeah.
that's just going to be a conversation that it's not going to be fun. It's going to be hard, but at the end of it, you'll feel like a release, a weight's off your shoulders. At least you'll know one way or the other.
And at the end of it comes a successful business, a lot more connections, a lot more people. It's gonna open a whole new world to you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Right now, you're in a very small little area of the world. And I know that seems like your entire world, but there's a much larger world out there, my friend. I'm telling you. The opportunities that you can have.
I spoke with someone and I'm trying to figure out where I stand, and I genuinely want to have a quiet life. I don't want to. It's not so much me being a part of them. I don't want to hurt anyone. I'm not a thief. I'm not saying that's what I would turn into. I just,
northeastbound on New Empire Way.
I don't know. I feel conflicted about a lot of things.
Sure.
Onto an on-ramp
And the thing is, you're not. But the further you go down that rabbit hole, God forbid, you know what I mean? And it might not even be your decision. And that's the problem, man. 1 minute can lead to a lifetime of just headache because of one stupid thing.
And if I can put it to you this way, from a PD standpoint, say you are just, you're along for the ride and something happens, it connects you to that. And it becomes so much harder to separate yourself if you align yourself. Sometimes there's unspoken expectations, and it becomes kind of clouded eventually. So I definitely understand what you're probably getting at, and that you're unsure. So if anything, this is your time to really think on it and figure out exactly where you want to see yourself.
Yeah. Work on that business plan. I'm telling you right now, bury yourself in that business plan. Make it the best damn business plan anybody's ever seen. And really think hard about where you want your future to go, man. Because right now you're at a crossroad. And probably the most important crossroad you're ever going to walk. You're working on your future right there. Right there in your hands, man. You're working on your future. That's the one you should be working on at least. So
we're gonna be stopping to get fuel
just
as well.
really take time, man, and think.
No.
You ain't gonna lose anybody by doing the right thing. And if you do lose them, then the hell with them, because they weren't in it for you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's just.
Listen, if bettering yourself loses people out of your life, they weren't good for you to begin with.
Yeah, they weren't there for you. They were there for what you could offer, which is not fair to you.
Exactly. That might seem harsh, but it is true, and truth is typically harsh.
No, that's true. I know at the end of the day, you know, worst comes worst, there's at least one person, you know, but um, I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna sleep on this, and if anything changes, I guess I'll tell you.
Listen, man, if anything, you got any doubts, let me be the first phone call, please. I will answer. Lord knows, every time you call, I think Satan's calling me.
Oh, well, it's not gonna help what the shop is gonna be called.
That's fair enough. Do you
Do
know
you remember?
both of you have the Mark of the Beast in your phone numbers? Do you guys know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the only two I know that have that.
Yeah.
It's really easy to remember my phone number though with it.
I was actually saying to him before, I know your phone number better than I know my own. Oh, goodness. But yeah, man, please let me be that first phone call. I'm telling you, please give it good thought.
Yeah.
And you know what might help you?
What's that?
Take a day or two away from everybody, away from your normal associates. Just be in your own bubble by yourself. You know what I mean? I don't mean like just ditch them. I just, just be away for a day or two. Clear your head, get all the noise out, and really think.
One of the best places I found to do that, anytime I need to get away and let myself think, going to Polito, chilling on the beach up there. You're just able to sit there and you're still near the beach, right? I know you probably love being out on the beach, but you have some fresh air, different surroundings. It can kind of give you a different perspective too.
It's true.
No, I'll give it a shot.
It's definitely worth it. It's worth it.
Appreciate both your time.
Of course.
Always, man.
And if you need, I will try to look through and see exactly what Delgado had written up that I think was approved by Fontaine, so I can give you more specifics for what they're looking for so that you could see if it's even realistic. I'll try to hunt that down, if I can find it, I can mail it to you and kind of include that with everything.
That'd be great.
Awesome. Obviously, if you have any other business questions, you let me know too, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, my friend.
I guess I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Not so much the firearms itself, but the ammunition would, and I would add that to, the thing. Would that be possible?
To press it
legally
yourself?
speaking? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense to be able to press your own.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Put it in there. Let's see what we can make happen.
All right. I'm gonna head out here.
All right, man. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, he's tasty.
I think you look better without the vest. Hang tight 1 second.
Or any member of the force that's familiar with how gun license applications work.
I get real twitchy whenever somebody rolls up with a fucking helmet on like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really anybody?
And I'm also going to make it my life's mission to get that guy out of that fucking club.
Yeah.
You know what he told me before?
Mm.
Before he showed up? He's heavily thinking about taking the vest off.
It really would just... here's the thing. I think a lot of people think that he's very... I feel like naive is not the right word. He's very,
He's lost.
Yeah. He's gentle and
Yeah.
and I feel like he does not fit with them. I can understand them protecting him. I mean, you see someone like that, you want to protect them.
Right.
But I really want to see him stand on his own and not let them influence him. Because I worry
agree.
that that's exactly what'll happen. And if he literally what you said, and I kind of pieced it together, if he does that, that is like a slap to Fontaine to be like, hey, he literally set that aside in order to do this. Give him the
Right.
shot.
It speaks volumes to his character.
Yeah.
I truly cannot see a world where that is not taken into heavy consideration.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. He really is. I want to see him get this shot. And I actually spoke with Henry Stone,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him point blank, listen, you're fucking his opportunities.
Yeah.
I told him that just straight up verbatim, and he understands that. I'm like, let him be his own man by himself. Don't drag him down to whatever shit heap you're a part of. Like, let him do his thing, man. He's got a fucking shot. And I think maybe he talked some sense into Coulter, because now Coulter's kind of changing his tune a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe Henry wants him out too, which would be good.
I feel like Henry would want him in, but then also understands that you don't have to wear the vest to be family. That's just what it should be.
Exactly. So I think I don't know. Maybe it's wishful thinking here, but I got a feeling that maybe he'll make the right choice.
Dispatch to 173.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Well, I didn't know counselor was part of my job, but here we are.
Yeah.
And,
About to radio in that I was gonna go
anywho,
check this
I
out
need
for
you
evidence
to do
for
me a
South
favor.
Broadway.
Okay.
Oh, go
It's
for it.
not a
Doesn't
big
matter. I
one.
was gonna ask something
Can you
silly
background
anyway.
check someone for me?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Catalina Casdin, Casdin. They're part of a motorcycle club. I saw it said Cypress Flats on their jackets. They want to open up a garage and a clubhouse, apparently.
Over
So
in
they want
Cypress Flats?
Yeah, on Hanger Way and what is that? South Shamble? Whatever. It's around there, some shit. I have it written down on my notepad.
Yep, I think I know exactly where you're talking about. They are spraying that area with their tags.
Oh, okay, yeah. Marking their territory.
Yeah.
Like dogs.
I will say that LSV, which is their I call them that because I cannot say their club name. They are listed as quiet in my notes. They exist, but they have not been really. I mean, I'm sure a few of them have been arrested, but it's kind of like they keep to themselves for the most part, at least right now.
Fair enough.
But I can look her up and see if she has any priors or
Yeah, that would be great.
Noted.
Yeah, if not, then they're good to go, I guess. As long as you don't come back with anything.
Yeah. It shouldn't be an issue. I mean, obviously. I mean, the biggest thing is, like, I think your policy is if you don't have felonies and as an owner, like, you maintain that.
Yep.
I mean, it's not who's employed there, the employees can
Right.
do
I just care about
fucked
her.
up shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They pointed to her when I said who's going to own this deal, and everybody just kind of looked at her. I'm like, okay, got it.
Yeah. All right. Catalina Casman. I will look her up and
yeah, that'd be great.
Get back to you with anything I find.
Okay. Yeah, they're calling it Ojo Rojo. I don't know. Apparently, it's Spanish for the red eye or something.
Interesting.
I had to have them spell it for me like 5 times. It's like OJOROJO.
Oh. Oh goodness,
but
that would be fun.
But the way they said it, I was like so confused. I was oh my god.
Yeah, I think people are gonna say it wrong, and they're just gonna have to accept that they know we're talking about their business.
Yeah. I couldn't. I tried. I couldn't.
Okay. I will do that as soon as I get back to my office and sit down and
Appreciate
look
it.
at it.
Also, you should work on getting me a subpoena. Subpoena me
Oh.
for the audit for the docs,
Okay.
and do that for the nightclub if you suspect it.
Okay.
Fontaine wants subpoenas on file for business audits.
Okay, and is that if I'm requesting it or if?
Yes.
Okay, so if you are
If
doing
I'm
it from
requesting
your
it, it's
own.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if
But
there's
I
like
can't have.
businesses. Okay.
Yeah, you have criminal, suspect of that. So we're gonna go off that because that has more teeth.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
So just get the two subpoenas for it, and then I'll pull the records and we'll go from there.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
He just wants it on file, I guess, because obviously if it goes to court and stuff like that, we gotta make sure it's tight.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, just let me know if there's a business that you're doing it for anyway, and just send it our way. And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing changes there. I just know that you're working 2 cases. I want to make sure that you're airtight if you bring it to court. So we'll just do the 2 subpoenas to make sure that you're good to go.
Okay.
I'm ready to pull the trigger whenever I see that paper, though. So I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'll work on writing those up. Hopefully in the next day or so.
Okay. I'm also waiting to hear back about that other thing we spoke about before.
Okay.
With the training.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, I reached out to some people, so hopefully we'll hear back soon.
Okay, yeah, amazing. I mean, I was not gonna lie to you. I was really having my petty moment, and I was like, what if I just buy JetSim, like buy that building? I'm like, my docs now, purely out of pettiness.
I mean, yeah. You want to? Go for it.
I'm so tempted, but also I don't. What would I do with it? I don't have any plan.
PD can buy it for a training facility.
That is actually a great idea. That would be so awkward. We have a training facility down at the docks, like right. Our neighbors are the Russians. Oh.
Why not?
Okay, listen. Now you're making me think. Interesting.
You guys let me know. I will sign that paperwork in a heartbeat.
Not me being like, all right, Delgado, gotta get you on the line.
Yeah, I have no problems.
Okay, I mean, I'll think about it, and
I mean, it's a good area to do, some pit maneuvers and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, when I first moved here, taking my car down there and like driving between the rows, I felt a lot safer because what am I gonna hit? A container? It's not gonna take as much damage as a light pole.
I think it's a great training facility.
Yeah. Interesting. I think I might just pull that trigger.
Do it.
I will let you know, and I'll look up that person when I get back to PD.
Mm-hmm. Some men just want to see the world burn, and I'm one of them. So please do it.
Honestly, I'm for it.
Good. All right. Yeah. I know. I appreciate that. Just let me know so I can let them know.
Of course.
I'm sure she's not going to come back with anything. Otherwise, all of them wouldn't have literally. It was like in unison too. They were all just like, whoop, and just faced her.
Yeah. Yeah. They knew. They just knew.
Yep.
All right. I'll look her up and I'll give you a call.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Hey, nerdy. Hi. I'm finally back streaming, and just in time to just showcase the absolute shitstorm that is Ellie Redfield. We've had 2 code blacks today, and I'm just like, can you stop, please? I'm stressing out. But yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing a lot better than I was probably like a week ago, honestly. Y'all need a janitor? Absolutely. That would actually be so funny. I'm not even kidding you. I need you to understand, Adam, if you show up and you have absolutely any sign of being what you were, Delgado will have an aneurysm. He will be like, the unhinged will be even more unhinged. And I don't know if I can handle that, but also I kind of want to handle that. I deal with a lot of stress and do a lot of paperwork, and it's a lot more fun than like, honestly, yeah, I still spend a lot of time in an office, but still doesn't work. I love that. Granted, I will say that it definitely, it's so different. Like, I feel like I don't have to stress as much. Like, yes, I'm in a command position, but I feel like I can, like, actually RP, and it's so fucking nice. And I get to be a bitch on purpose because I'm just like, you wanna fucking go, bitch? I will fucking subpoena your ass. I will submit a warrant and rip your shit to pieces. I couldn't do that on Ruby. Ruby's just like, okay, I'll help you. No, shut up. My character is literally muscle mommy. I'm not even joking. She has the buff female body type, and it makes me so happy. Wait! Listen. Listen. Was this where it came? Where did that call come in from? It was here, wasn't it? I'm suspicious. There's a door. There is something about this door. I will cry. Fuck. Damn it. Okay. Anyways. Anyways. Where was that call? It was like here. It was up here. There was like a circle around this area. But it was like under a bridge. Wait, where's... No, wait, I'm dumb.
Hi, Mommy.
Oh my god, you followed? Hi. Hi, Yoshi. Where was this? Wait, I'm dumb. It was here. Wait! Oh my god! Iggy! 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 You wanna know one of my favorite things that Will does? Because I know he does. He did it the other day when we did our operation at the docks. He was like, oh my god, PD's like meta farming? And I'm like, brother. Brother, I've been waiting to do this operation down at the docks. Swap. It was so funny. I was like, let's go. I'm proud to be involved in some of this shit that we've done. Some shit has been problematic, smile. Highly don't recommend, but some shit is actually really funny. Wait, where was this? What do you, it was a, yeah. It was like here. It was like under this bridge, yeah? Am I dumb? Is there something I'm missing? That's a fence. Alright. Alright, yeah, I need to message somebody about this car. This car is doing what I think the premieres were doing. I feel like it's something around here, but what is it? We got a suspicious activity code. For a second I thought that was weed. I don't know why I thought it was weed. It doesn't look like weed, but I panicked. Looking at every plant, you're just like, is it weed? It's my life. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I used to do medical RP pretty consistently. It was like my main thing. I almost did med RP here on Freestyle, but I decided to try something new and go with what's it called? Actually, I think I figured out where it might be coming from.
120
Hello?
Yep. Yep, it's here. They shoplifted. This is the closest area. Okay, understanding. I understand the objective.
Hello, detective.
Oh my god. Sorry. There's just like... I miss doing med RP, I'm not gonna lie. I miss doing surgeries and shit. But I will say that I get to do that pretty often on Ellie. I mean, she got fucking beat to shit during the riot and got to do a brain bleed and like internal bleeding that led to like a massive surgery and an ICU stay. Like, I'm glad that I got to do that, you know what I mean? Led to me missing med RP, but also not brother. Me realizing that I'm pretty happy not doing it, but I swear to God, if Kyle shows up and he's just like, wait, listen, I'm now starting to think about like Kyle in the 90s, and I 100% think he's still stuck in his prime. Like, he's stuck being like, I never graduated. He never graduated. But he's just like happy to be here. That makes me laugh so hard to think that like he's just like, yeah, I never graduated. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'd cry. That's actually funny. Stop. Alright, I'm about to ask Delgado for a lot of money.
105 and 120.
Wow.
Jules, they're all intact too for training.
105 still on Tech 1.
Oh, hey. Hey guys, just us three.
Start 10-9?
25 with you in your office.
10-4, I'm on my way up. 3, 2, 4, 9, 1, 6, 5.
House of Beauty, this is Cutie.
Hey, it's Brookfield.
Hi.
I have a plan.
Oh?
And it's petty.
Okay.
I was talking to Chambers today. We had an issue at the docks where the Russians were being like, don't you know that like OSHA would get like really mad if you climbed those cranes? And they were being like assholes about it. And I was just like, okay, so I called Chambers and I'm like, is there a way we can do a safety course where like if we climb the cranes they can't do shit because we'll have a certificate? And then I met with him because I had to talk to him about a few things. And I don't know how this came up, but, well, actually I do, because I was sitting there like, I want to be petty and I just want to buy the fucking docks. And he's just like, what if you just bought, like, that facility and use, like, the docks as, like, a training facility for PD? And I'm like, what if
That's genius.
What if we buy the docks?
Yeah, let's do it.
What if we buy that building that's at, like, the top left-hand corner of the docks for, like, a training facility? And we actually like buy it, and then we set up something where we can actually do like pursuit training around those crates, and then we just shut all that shit down because we're down there, and then we're next door neighbors with the Russians and they can't do shit. Oh my god!
You know, it's funny you say that because I'm actually doing pursuit training right now. I'm talking to you on my motorcycle, running from our officers. Our cadets.
Okay, please don't crash, Jesus.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm too legit.
Dispatch to 105.
Yeah, Chambers literally said, he's like, you get me that paper and I'll sign it in a heartbeat. Like, he's like, some people just want to watch the world burn, and that's me. And I'm like, you know what? I love this plan. So I don't know how much money it would be, but hell, I'm trying to get that calendar done. Maybe that'll go towards buying a training facility at the docks.
Well, you know, did Armani talk to you? Because he was telling me that Fontaine said that he wanted to get us a boost to our PD budget and asked how much we needed.
License, but I can't find one where-
Well, you know, I think Fontaine can swing us a little bit of
I
money,
can't
you know.
tell what the record is.
Yeah, I think so.
You can't really give it to him.
Okay, so I'll write up something, send it to Chambers, and see if he can get me a price on how much that would cost, and then we can actually put that forth. I actually do think a training facility would be really
Always not your
nice.
fault, not your
We could
fault.
actually do
Yeah.
like academies like at a training facility rather than here at PD.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, I guess
I
we're
don't know what to
gonna.
do.
I guess we're just gonna get rid of
We're
the
gonna be back
dogs.
here soon enough, but
All right.
I just made it go to the city to get.
Sounds like a
ID.
plan.
All right,
I can back up here.
I'll
Hold
send
the
you
fuck off.
everything that I write up, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you
I will.
soon.
All
Please
right, I'll
don't
talk to you as
crash.
soon as I'm done with this chase.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Did you check the stairs or something?
Yes.
Jesus.
I also had to talk to Delgado because I've made a petty plan, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen you in like a whole day, so.
Yeah. We both have had a code black today. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, well, I think my case is pretty much dead now.
What's 7:30?
And,
What do you mean?
Go.
Like for Daniel King.
who is that talking about already?
What?
he-
Who is this?
I know he's been arrested before. Is there a different name that we put it under?
Oh, is that Kira Mur?
Yeah.
Sorry, who are you asking about?
Gun license application for Daniel King?
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I don't think
that
he's
man
gonna...
ain't gonna get a weapons license. What do he think? We're dumb?
Listen, if it's Daniel King, and we can't look him up in the system, it's a known issue. Just tell him the fuck off, but in a polite way.
Like, let me check something.
I really don't think he's eligible for a license anyway.
26th of February, criminal use of a weapon.
Yeah, definitely not eligible. for a
Assault and
license.
battery.
Yeah, extra sure he's not available.
Extra.
He committed a violent felony.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually has a few on his record. We just went through the reports. Yeah, he does have quite a few, so you can tell him better luck next.
Better luck next time? What do you mean?
Good luck for him.
Good luck in your next life. It's awful. My God.
The record of what his phone number is, and I'll call him.
We can't look up his profile by itself, so we can't find his phone number, sadly.
Yeah, I figured I tried that, but thank you anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. Just make him drive up there again. Okay.
Damn.
All right, nope. Yeah, see, I got a few things I've been doing in the works, since we last.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first I want to talk about, how to go with your day yesterday, how everything go.
Like with the operation?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to take you downstairs and show you everything that we got. But, little TLDR, government laptops were found in those crates, along with 6 out of 7 of the ingredients to cook meth. And a shit ton of materials, and a lot of jewelry. It was absolutely fucking wild. We filled up 10 lockers. So,
I thought it was only like a duffel bag that you showed me.
no. That is from 4 containers. We went through every single container. So, when you look at, obviously you were there for the whole briefing, only column A can be broken into, and they went through each chunk of crates and they were finding a whole lot of shit. From jewelry, the government laptops, which are rare, but they do find them. I mean, we have a fuck ton of ammonia, paint thinner. I'm pretty sure the nitric acid is not an ingredient in meth. It's an explosive, and my gut is telling me that if we found government laptops, I have a bad feeling that nitric acid is used for some sort of explosive, and the government laptop is used for some sort of hacking. So we're looking at potential bank robberies. I mean, the amount of information we got from maybe about 45 minutes to an hour down at the docks was outrageous. So, that's fun.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot.
Any trouble from the Russians?
No, but we did have trouble with them today.
Yeah, I heard about that over radio.
Yeah. That building that's kind of like almost like a welcome center to the docks, in the upper left-hand corner, there was a suspicious activity call from that area. And when they got there, they were seeing kind of a bunch of cars surrounding a crate. Now, what was in said crate, no idea. But the Russians were very unhappy with our presence there. Armani had climbed a crane, and they were very upset about that, trying to say, oh, don't you know that OSHA would be really upset? Like, do you have proper training? You don't have the proper equipment. I mean, really, we literally have pictures of them on the fucking crane. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, my petty plan. Do you want to know my petty plan? It could end very badly for us, but it's so petty, and Chambers is like, some people like to watch the world burn. I am some people, so please just send me the paper. And I'm like, oh my god. We're going to be neighbors with the Russians. We're going to open a PD training facility at the docks.
Oh, that's great.
We're going to use the roadways between the containers. Pursuit training. The building, we're going to open that up and do, actual PD training and academies there.
I gotta talk to you.
So...
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they really want to start shipping illegal goods next door to a PD training facility. Good luck. That's cute. It's so petty. It actually hurts a little bit.
Yeah, you seem like you've got a good handle on them. I wish I could help out more.
Oh, no. I went down there, and they were all kind of around Armani and Miami, and they were, giving them a hard time. I'm there, and they're like, who is in charge here? And of course, I'm the one that has the highest rank, and I'm like, well, shit. So now they know my name. So who knows? Could have a target on my back, who knows? But that's fine. I will need help dealing with them, especially if we have to take them to court at some point. Trust me. And if anything, you're gonna be neck deep in all sorts of other shit that I may not be able to help you with. So don't worry. We'll balance it.
Well, you had an eventful day.
Yeah. I did read over your plan.
Yeah. How do you like it? It's pretty simple. It's nothing like extravagant. It's you think of a operation. It's kind of what you think of. I think it's a good idea.
I do too. I wanted to ask, if you obviously need me, you tell me where you want me. I'm happy to help, obviously. And the only other thing I can think of is based on the first party, it may be that this Reggie guy does not come to the party this time because he's worried that the same thing will happen. But
I just got
could also
rear-ended
be
going
he
about 90
risks
miles
it.
per hour on Toledo. They're taking off.
And the only other thing is probably,
They're an active 80.
regardless, doing a little inspection of those toilets to see if maybe they are some sort of funnel. But obviously read over all the stuff in the LSD file and you'll kind of know what you're looking for regardless. But
Yeah.
it looks good. I will say the forward part, I was like, there's so many words. There's so many words. What is happening?
Listen, if I'm doing something officially, I make it very official.
Mm-hmm. Also, in this scenario, we obviously don't have a. I need to go back through. I think you've got some of the requirements from the SOPs, and obviously we don't have a DA or an ADA anymore.
I thought just about Chief Justice.
My only concern, and here's the thing, I don't feel like we need.
Help.
And then also, I
Trickiness.
don't trust him.
I thought about that, yeah, and I was just gonna. My thought process was, we'll see where his trust really lies.
Yeah, it's such a risk, and I mean, a big thing for me is I'm standing here every day. It's almost every day something with him where I'm just like, one of these days he's gonna be either a really heartbroken old man or fired because of his association. Because he was giving me a hard time for giving Coulter a go-ahead to have his gun.
Either a two-door or a four-door. I think it's a two-door because it was a sports car.
Gun, what's it called?
So it's not like one of the Mini Coopes, right?
Kind of like customization
No, definitely
business.
not.
And everybody's like, well, his association, and that's so stupid. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, if every business or every person was booted from a position because of their association, nobody would have jobs. And he's like, I disagree. And I'm like, the temptation, I had to hold my tongue. I was like, yeah, well, you would be fired. Your daughter's a fucking criminal. I mean, he also literally said after a meeting I had with him, I'm just like, I'm sorry I interrupted. Where's the fucking cat in this building? Jesus
Christ.
God,
is it up?
I don't know where it is.
It's under the couch?
I don't know,
I think it's
maybe. My God, Jesus. Alright, kitty, just calm down, you're fine. It's also, I had a meeting the other day with him, and he came in being like, I'm missing out on father-daughter time for this, and then at the end of it, I was like, I'm sorry about that, and he's like, no, it's okay, she's probably racing or doing something else criminal, and I'm like, why?
Do we have a dispatcher?
Why is he,
I don't know why he's choosing to do that to himself.
Like, he's literally like, if we break open Nebula as a fucking cesspool, he's gonna have to recuse himself from the case, or if he doesn't, if he takes the case, I'm going to walk in there into his office and tell him, like, I need you to recuse yourself from this case. Put another judge on it, because this is inappropriate.
Honestly, if he hasn't explicitly came to you and said, I want you to come to me for a sign-off on operations, then fuck him.
Yeah, he hasn't.
At least for the...
It was more when we had a DA, I wanted to include them so that they knew that an operation was happening in case we made a bust and we needed to call them in for assistance with processing. Obviously, they don't exist anymore, so we can handle that ourselves. But I don't think he needs to be made aware unless, quite literally, a arrest is made and a case or a trial is happening. So
yeah.
I will say I want to subpoena Nebula's bank records, but the issue with that is obviously I put through a subpoena and it'll be very obvious that I'm looking into Nebula's bank records. I think I might wait on getting their bank records until after this operation.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen what one person already do for that woman, so I doubt it's any different. Really.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see, because obviously we're going to load you down with cash as well, so you can try to get one of everything, basically, you know, just a smorgasbord, a buffet, if you will, of drugs, and get whatever you possibly can to confirm it actually exists. But I'm glad that you're planning this a lot better. I kind of just flew by the seat of my pants last weekend, not realizing he would be so efficient at running away as an old man with a cane. So
Wait, so when I was thinking of this in my head, right, I had no clue that you actually came in contact with this guy.
mm-hmm.
So it kind of, you know, when I went through the file, that, you know, your statement, it kind of threw me off. I had no clue that you actually were about to arrest.
Yep, I quite literally was in that bathroom, and he showed me the LSD, and I didn't have the cash on me. If I'd had the cash on me, I would have bought it, and I would have probably, as soon as I had it in my possession, just radioed and tried to put him in handcuffs, but I didn't have a weapon, so I needed Delgado. It's rough, because it's like, we basically, that's why I would recommend having another officer inside undercover in order to be able to block that bathroom off and make sure that if he runs out, you have a couple of people in the club to try to stop him, as well as outside of the club in vehicles ready to stop him. And it's like, it's frustrating, because obviously they're going to be a lot more cautious at this party if the owner is truly aware of everything, which I think she is. She's probably going to want to be a lot more cautious about everything.
I mean, to be honest, one time late at night, like a cadet or something was riding with an FTO, and they got their vehicle stuck in that alleyway that connects Vespucci Boulevard to next little alleyway that goes to from Vespucci to the club. And within like a few minutes, there was this guy in an orange car pulled up right behind us on the phone with Venus, saying there was a bunch of cops outside. So I think she definitely is.
Jeez. Wait, was this recently?
Yeah, like less than a week ago. I would say it was after the operation a little bit, a few days out.
She's worried, which I want her to be. I want her to sweat.
Yeah, it's like every time I talk to her, I feel like I'm at a wretch.
Oh my god. It really is just like, I feel like she is trying so hard to be everybody's friend, to be the very, like, to fly under the radar, to be an up and standing businesswoman, and I'm just sitting here like, I think you are deeply connected with the Russians. You are deeply connected in a racing scene. You know exactly who you need to be best friends with so that nobody takes a second look at you. But I'm taking a second look at you, a third look at you, a fourth look at you, and I'm really looking forward to the day that I take away everything you have.
Yeah. I'm hoping after this, she starts realizing that she's not as good as she thinks, because she uses a bunch of fancy words every time someone's in trouble or someone's hurt. She claims she knows it all.
Yeah, I genuinely, I feel like it would be great, even if, see, here's the thing, even if we don't make a bus this weekend, even if you don't get anything, we're gonna keep doing this until we find this guy, until we quite literally have you or me or Delgado or whoever is undercover or in the club quite literally overhearing Venus talk about something that she shouldn't talk about. As soon as we hear that, as soon as a statement can be put on the record that she said that and she has full knowledge of the illegal activities in her facility, in her establishment, she's losing it. And she's losing any other business. She has 2 businesses with her name on it. She's losing both of them. She's probably going to have her own personal records sifted through.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's not just trying to catch the drugs, but to catch her in a lie.
Yeah, I mean, it at this point, like, I can have my petty moments, right? It's fun. It's silly. But it's not something that I jump to petty as my first resolution, right? But when I'm telling you, there are very few people that will make me jump to petty so quickly. When I find a person that makes me jump to petty quickly, ooh, it is not gonna end well for them. And the Russians are making me pissed off. And that includes Venus, because I think she doesn't think we realize that she's associated with them. And I'm ready to absolutely shake up their world. Taking over the docks, having a PD training facility right next door, basically making anybody, literally everybody, second guess whether or not they should go down to the docks, because what if PD is doing a training? Guess what? We've put a bit of a damper on how often those crates are going to be hit. And we've got the Russians worrying, shit, when are we going to be able to do our illegal dealings? Now they can climb the cranes anytime and claim it's a training activity. Like at this point,
Yeah.
and same thing, we're going to go into that club. You and I can buy as many wigs as we want on PD budget and do whatever we need to do in order to figure out all this shit. Like, it's so funny to sit here and think they really don't think we're going to do what we have to do to stop them from hurting people. Like, I think it's funny. I cannot wait to see them in court and just watch them be like, I didn't do it. And I'm like, I have pictures of you doing it.
Yeah, they think we're clueless, and that's it's the best part. You know, they piss you off enough, and you just have to keep your mouth shut all the time. You can't say anything, can't provoke them. But, you know, the moment comes where you take away everything that they work so hard for, and you know, that's the pay.
Yeah, and we just have to be ready at any time to probably get shot over it.
Oh yeah,
That's the fun part.
If we get the city hating us, we're doing our job right.
Honestly, true. And here's the thing, there are going to be some people that will never hate us and will know that we're just trying to do our best to protect people. But if we have people like the Italians, the Russians, the families, the motorcycle clubs hating us because we're taking away their money, then fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I hope after this that Venus doesn't want to speak to me again. I pray to God. I don't want to speak to her in the first place. And I hope she's just so infuriated that she can't pull this little fucking nice girl act all the time, and it's not going to work. That she gets so mad that she just doesn't want to speak to me. I really hope that's what comes.
I hope. You know what? I don't want Fontaine to take the case if Venus gets arrested. I will definitely be the annoying bitch in his ear saying, I really think this is inappropriate. Please pass it to somebody else. I will be that person. But also, you bet your ass I'm going to put down the fact stack of papers that we have. And he's going to have to look through all the shit that we have. And him realizing, I probably shouldn't associate so closely with her or be so proud to claim her as a daughter.
Yep.
Or,
I don't think
yeah.
He doesn't know that we know how embarrassing it is that he's claimed to be
Like, it
her,
is...
her adopted father.
When I tell you that, like, I'm sitting here just, like... She is literally using him so easily right now. And he doesn't, like... And who knows, maybe he does realize it and he doesn't care. And he's like, oh, she's not going to get anything from me. Well, here's the thing. Even if he knows that, I could tell him, I'm like, hey, it's really weird that you're connected with her. She's probably using you. And he could be like,
100 dude.
you know, sure, like, I want her to think that. And she doesn't get anything from me, but I keep an eye on her.
To the mini golf
But my
course
favorite
on
thing...
Del Perro Pier for an impromptu meeting with an Azteca member for another reason.
My absolute favorite thing
77s?
is knowing...
No, he doesn't want anybody.
Okay,
But,
but do you want us in the area?
Yeah, sure. Just don't sit on the bridge.
that it, like, I would literally...
We'll be across the street.
I would, to everybody else, it looks like he is a fool. And right now, he can't afford to look like a fool. He has to represent DOJ and fix the damage that the other Chief Justice did. And to be honest with you, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't think I'd ever have to sit here and question our current Chief Justice's actions, but I'm already questioning whether or not I can trust this one. And I'm like, when are we going to have a Chief Justice that I don't worry about? Like, he's doing the work and I appreciate what he's doing, but at the same time, like, I don't want to speak with him. I'm actually worried that he's not being truthful about something. It's wild.
Just being used, you know. I don't know how it's so blatant from the outside. Yeah, you can't realize it from just being. Well, it'll all come to light. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're gonna do our jobs, and it's gonna put a lot of people in an uncomfortable situation. But we're doing it right, at least.
Yeah. Also, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna give you an update on some other stuff. My other case. I know you passed me some other homicides. Like Ronnie Mueller, I think, or someone Mueller. And a different one as well.
Oh yeah,
really had time
Holly
to look in.
Mueller. Yeah, it's... I mean, the reason I assigned Holly to you is because it's associated with Atlas and the Misfits. Obviously, getting in touch with some of these people is damn near impossible. They're not around, which is difficult. Also, now with Holly, the other EMS that was there is now dead. So.
Yeah. Well, that was actually a homicide. So, and he was kind of the only lead. And we can't have nothing to go off of that. So, I'll give it a bit. See if I can maybe subpoena an autopsy. See what happened there. But I mean, Stefan was his primary emergency contact, and I should be able to get most stuff through him without having a subpoena. Other than that, the bike mechanic shop on Route 68, Cycles and Repairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pissed me off last night, so I'm gonna be investigating them as well. Because it's ran by the Lost MC Road Captain.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of ties in.
Yeah, Yellowjack, Pie Hole 68. Oh boy, are you gonna have a lot of audits.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that. I don't know who to contact about audits, but
so I talked to Chambers tonight, and he said that we need to submit a subpoena for an audit. If we want the audit, we submit a subpoena. If he needs the audit done for like he decides that it needs to be done, he sends it to us. He doesn't have to subpoena, but if we want it for an ongoing investigation, we subpoena. So, build it up a little bit and then send it through.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. See, it's kind of hard on where to start because they're obviously, it just they're weird. Like they're not just going on the corner and slinging weed. They're obviously careful. It's gonna be a little difficult. Might take a little bit. But I'll probably try and get some pictures of the different establishments. I don't really know where to go. As for building it up, I'm kind of just gonna wing that and see where it takes me. Maybe, hopefully, one of them will fuck up, and it'll lead some. But I'm banking on right now. The OP was up there last night, pressing a girl for protection money, which also ties into the families extorting businesses. So it all ties together for some reason, even in the fucking Sandy Shore.
Wait. They were pressing somebody in Sandy for it?
Yeah, OP was. I know for sure it was OP because no one looks like OP. Got a fat ass face.
Jesus! Oh my God, Jules!
Oh yeah, sorry.
He said it so matter-of-factly.
Listen, yeah, these guys pissed me off last night. You don't understand. We got a 911 call, and this little fucking blonde road captain, lost MC, thinks she's the shit. She's like, "Why are you rolling up to my business with lights and sirens?" And I said, "We got called down here." I was like, "Well, maybe you could do it a bit more cordially." That shit pissed me off. Like, I don't understand what she was trying to say to me. So, she's first on my hit list. I'll make sure everything gets taken away from her.
My favorite.
I want to see her behind the vanilla unicorn probably within the next 6 months. That's my goal.
Oh my God! You quite literally became a detective, and you're like, "Who can I ruin?" I appreciate it so much.
You don't understand. She's.
Who can I ruin?
She's a bitch. That's literally what it is. She thinks she's a shit, man. Like.
All right.
You know, and she wants to do that. Well, two can play at that game. Yeah, but other than that, Zeb is kind of still in the works. I'm gonna see what comes up. The cultist, I haven't seen them around. I haven't seen any ads being put up.
Yeah. Obviously with Zeb, the letter he had in his pocket being Italian or Latin, could be the cultist, could be the Italians. There's so much there. Hopefully his autopsy gets done and we find out his emergency contacts so that we can interview them.
I already interviewed Stefan. That was his that chief.
Is that the only emergency contact?
45173.
He told me that he was his emergency contact. I don't know if there's other ones. But I sent a letter to
you said it was a blue 4-door with a spoiler
saying if there's any employees that were close with Zeb or worked with him frequently to come speak to me.
Yeah, and that's like voluntary, so it shouldn't require any sort of paperwork.
Say again, your last what down the side?
You'd hope that they would want to come forward and try to help. So
100. I think that's gonna be your car right here.
It's such a weird case.
When I was there, the Lipschitz told me someone was working on an autopsy. So it could be possible that his autopsy was going on today. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, it could also be the other code black from earlier. The fact that this is the crazy, like honestly, this is the fact that 2 happened in one day. Haven't had that happen before.
Yeah, I don't know what the other code black is.
That one happened up at the windmill farm. I believe it is possibly a blacking out from a biker gang.
Hmm?
Now, this might
Actually,
tie
yeah,
into the
173, if you wanna
Lost,
come down
but
here
at
and
the
see if
same
you can
time,
identify
there are
possibly this car.
so many biker gangs, so can't confirm if it's them or not.
Yeah, was
Bring
there
your
any
camera or binoculars.
when you get the officers, make sure they write a report. I have no clue about that, but I do want to know.
Yeah, I do think that their officer statement is in and the evidence for that one is in. We'll have to run the gun, the casings that were found, just to verify,
Yeah.
but, yeah, you're gonna realize a huge part of this job is gonna be, like, chasing down people and be like, sit your ass down, write your statement. Which, by the way, I do need you to sit your ass down and write a statement of what you remember from the riot day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying my very best to see if there's anything I can shake loose about it.
Honestly, I'll probably do that. I don't know. I don't know when I'll do that because I don't know when I'm gonna have free time. Well, you know, when I become the last person on your list that hasn't
When you if you become the last person on that list, I'll be like, hey, you want to go for like a little drive? We're gonna go investigate something.
That individual is
I will lock you in the car with child locks and be like, write your fucking statement, and I'll drive around until you're done.
Would you like us to proceed?
No.
But not right now.
It will happen.
I've been writing so much. That's all I do. I
Yeah.
write.
Can you get the license plate up
That
at least
it does happen. Trust me.
He's coming towards you right now. He's leaving.
It's exciting when you make these discoveries, but
Well, I was gonna
then
ask
writing
him
it
where
all
he
down
came
so you
from,
don't
just
forget it
recently.
is you're terrified you're gonna forget something. It's so worth it though when you close a case. I mean, we'll be closing more cases.
Like a old big
We have
boat.
we have so much shit, and
Yeah, keep in mind that they all
much
drive
to do.
voodoo.
You know, we're getting the important ones done, and that's good.
It really wasn't a vote.
You know, I don't ever really feel pressured that
I believe so. It's gonna be coming right in front of you.
I
That
have
one,
to
that
close
crosses
this
blue.
case. You know, I'm just all I can say is I'm trying my best. You
Yeah.
know, and
10 for negative, that's not it.
as long as I know I'm
Good to
giving my
know.
best, then
Appreciate
only
it.
so much.
Try my best. So, but it sounds like that
I'm
pattern
going to my
might be
going
Azteca,
to my
so that
to-do
might be
list
where you're
here.
living.
Check
Do you know
if
where
there's
they are
anything else
across
I
the
need to
Davis
mention.
down there?
10
What
4.
color
It was more of a
Yeah, this
purple.
PD Lee thing.
It looked like a sultan.
I'll probably just give whispers of it to Miami, and
It looked like a sultan with a livery going down the side.
I don't know. My thought was
100
we'll
to
give it to
105.
Miami, and we'll have someone. I was like, you know, it's impossible to give it to him without him being there, really.
Yeah.
So it kind of throws off the plan because if he's there, Venus won't.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just tell him, and just convince him that we're not allowing any
5
officers
plus
to
1,
be
we're
there.
at 23 and a motorcycle.
That way, it may, you know, it's in the wind. Hopefully, it'll carry back over to it.
Oh, about the fake sports car.
Yeah, and if you know it gets out, we know who let it.
Yeah, like basically, I guess an idea is do some research and see, you know, what is a fairly new sports car that maybe it'd be really expensive, really shiny, that it's being shipped in under the radar, give an exact name, stuff like that, and have it be so specific that if it comes out that
I got a guy
that
down here at
information
Vespucci
is
PD
it would be
inquiring about
really
his
obvious.
name Huxley. Do we have anyone down here that can come talk
Yeah,
to him?
it'd be very obvious that it came from him because he'd be the only one with that name.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I have a few cars on the list already.
Nice.
Quite well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you want to do an operation where we see if he will leak it and have somebody show up, we can obviously do it. Obviously, I'm hoping that the announcements that us saying like, hey, don't fucking do it,
Negative.
it'll
I got a guy
it'll
down
be
here inquiring
helpful
about his application to the LSPD.
that
Yeah.
they
The
just will
GPD.
stop. But
Is there anyone around that can come
if
talk
there's
to him?
anybody doing things on a bigger,
thank you.
like a worse level, I want to be aware.
I told him, so I don't know if he's actually going to be doing that.
Yeah.
100 to 105.
Other than that, just the small things. Chop shops, I don't really know what you want me to do with those. Like, do you just want me to stake them out, see who goes there?
That is definitely an option. So that's one of those things where, if you're noticing like something that you can do, grabbing the list, seeing what kind of cars,
no current actors. 100 is going to 76 to Polito and Sandy for
you know, what kind of cars are being stolen.
Did you get that new recruit? Is that
and
not,
then
you're not going to run that?
Oh, I can take him.
then sitting
You mean take the cadet?
sitting
Or are you
at
talking
one
about
of
the
the
guy in the lobby?
locations for
If you want to take
chops,
the cadet and the guy
see
in
if
the
people roll in. That's kind of one of those things that
That's
it'll
crazy.
always
Yeah, I'm
be
coming.
something that is happening.
708, copy that. I'll be waiting
But
your
when
arrival.
you just feel like, and trust me,
It's gonna
I
meet
gave
you
you
up in
this
the lobby
because
there,
I'm like,
Chief.
if you want
It's at 4.
to dress in all black and sit on a roof with a camera and feel like I'm doing detective things, that's your shit. Even if you don't catch anybody, it'll make you feel like you're doing something and not just doing paperwork.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. I like it. It'll be on my. And then the last thing on my list here is Southside extortion. I was gonna go up to a few of these businesses and ask about it. I'm gonna try Gabby as well, the girl who's pressed. See if she has anything to add. I'm gonna look her up, see what kind of businesses she owns that she would require protection money, or give them protection money. Other than talking to businesses and talking to Gabby, I don't really know if that'll move forward very quickly.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if it continues to be an issue, I'll tell you this much, Southside would be a bloodbath because businesses will just stop opening and then we'll have a economic collapse in Southside. So it's something where unless we have people willing to make statements and take it to court, we can't do anything. So it's more about keeping a master file of people who are giving statements and marking whether or not they would be willing to testify. If it escalates to a point where they would testify, then you try to get names of who's doing it, put out a warrant, and go from there. But it's kind of like I have a master document on Jack Malenko, and it's a case that is going to take time to organize and get it all set up in order to put him away, possibly 5150 him. It's not something that'll be done overnight, but it's something you can chip away at over time. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you're already kind of getting the idea of what's at the top of the list and what is things that are going to be long term. So it's good.
Yeah. Well, that's all I need to talk to you about. Just like catch up again before we don't see each other for another day. This time tomorrow or something.
You know, something that today I had dealt with the Code Black. I was running around dealing with River got 5150'd again. I was informed that I'm not allowed to talk to him anymore, and that he said that he if he gets out or if he escapes, that he's going to kill me. Processing that. Lots of things to process today. I'm taking a break and I hear about another Code Black and I'm just like, oh my god, how do I deal with this? And then I had a moment and I was like, I have another detective who can deal with it. And it was very, I was so happy. So it is very nice that it's not as lonely.
Yeah. Well, the office is still.
Yeah.
I told Lucy from EMS she can move in there if she wants because her office is 2 plastic chairs on the side of a freeway.
Oh my god. That's sad.
Maybe a long while before I have someone in that office with me, I guess.
Well, Frank Danger did get promoted to P2 today, and I know he was interested in detective stuff. He will be, I mean, obviously, it's a long process. You went through it.
Yeah.
But,
He's a character.
But he also has journalist experience, which in essence does have a certain detective aspect to it. So have to see what he would what kind of mindset he'd bring to it if he decides to apply.
Oh.
I'm hoping that more people will apply. It's just a process of actually sticking it out.
Yeah, in due time. Have patience. But yeah. It's finally nighttime, so I'm probably actually gonna go out there and start looking at stuff.
You're literally the same as me, where it's like you get called to a million different things and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna go out there by myself now in the dead of night and actually investigate things.
I literally woke up, went to this thing, the beach thing, and after that, there was the code black, and after that, there was a uranium outbreak at the PD. So that was pretty much my whole day. So I can actually go out and do stuff.
It's a fun time. Just wait until you move up the ranks, and then people will be calling you like every 5 seconds.
No, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. I'm waiting for this promotion. Sergeant Jules Carls.
Enjoy,
Sergeant Detective.
Sergeant Detective. I love the fact that we have to double up our names technically right now. Eventually we can drop the first one and just be detective, because that'll be nice, but Lieutenant, Lead Detective, and Corporal Junior Detective, there's so many labels, oh my god.
Corporal Junior Detective Jules Carlson.
You should use your middle name in there too, just throw it all in there and just have it be really long and annoy people. Especially people that you want to fuck over. You're like, hi, I'm this is my full title and my nickname. You have to call me the full thing for me to respond to you.
Every time you.
Oh my god, the level of petty. The level of petty in this room. Alright,
You guys all talk to him.
Alright, yeah.
Bye, Ellie.
Oh. By the way, at some point, we're gonna have to do a operation diving. Diving at dive spots to see if there are interesting items at the bottom of the ocean from container ships or stuff like that. So I'm still trying to figure out where blowtorches are used. So once we're able to like link up and have both of us do the dives, we'll have like a couple officers on the beach just to make sure we're safe. But yeah, I forgot that's something I want to get started soon in case there's something down there that we need to know about.
Yeah, well, you just let me know. I always have time to help you out. So.
Okay, yeah, same goes for you. You just let me know.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna go check at the hospital now, see who they did an autopsy on.
Okay, yeah.
Start writing up this.
Okay.
Take care.
You too.
3249165. Put in your phone.
Okay. I am very tired right now, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the sheer fact that I would like to have an itchy bitchy break, finish up my night, and then come back tomorrow.
Carlson!
I'm gonna go ahead and read a certain individual.
Oh, yeah, debrief.
Read a
What's
certain.
debrief? You want to take your briefs off or something?
I hate him.
All right. Crazy. Oh, my foot. Oh, they get.
This man. Everybody go laugh at Delgado and tell him that he is a unhinged man. Love him. But I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Probably do a similar start time. We'll dive in, do her boxing training, some investigations, and continue this wild journey. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for chilling with me today. I will see you guys tomorrow. I just burped, owie. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for chilling with me. Have a lovely night.